Hey guys, and welcome to Workstream's webinar. Today we're covering how to build a custom careers page and referral program. So a little bit of background about what Workstream is. Workstream is a way to source job applicants. We really focus on the hourly employee space, and we provide all of our customers with a custom careers page that they can just plug in right into their website. We also have a referral program, which makes it really easy to have your current employees refer other candidates. And this is key because we find those people stay the longest, they're the happiest. We're trying to help you, not just find great people, but also reduce turnover. So as far as the types of companies that Workstream works with, it's a huge, wide variety. We work with sports teams such as the South Bend Cubs. They have a lot of issues with the sort of seasonal hiring. There's the hiring and then they're only there for a short period of time. So they need to bring people back. And it's really important that they build their own applicant pool to do that. So they're trying to retain people from year to year. So what we do is we make sure that all the people who came in, they're able to get again. We've helped them reduce hiring time, and we help them get 80 employee referrals per year. And a big part of this is they want to have South Bend Cubs fans who are already on the website be able to see the careers. Those are their best customers. So it's all very important to build your custom careers page. The other types of companies we work with a lot are quick service restaurants. Jamba Juice is a huge one for us. We serve 228 locations that serve you. So one of the things that we do is we help them send text messages to applicants. We've helped them get 151,000 applicants per year, and each of their locations save about 10.5 hours per week on hiring since they've switched to Workstream. So to give you an idea of what a custom careers page looks like, let's just jump in right now. This is the Jamba custom careers page. So you can see they have the customized background. You can actually see right here in the upper right that you can see the locations that are closest to you. So when an applicant comes in, they're going to see, okay, here's the team member position that's 18 miles away from me. And this is really important because if you have 228 locations, like Jamba does, and you have 381 positions, you want to make sure that they're going and seeing the thing that's most relevant to them. Another company we serve, Cinnabon. So, one group is 48 locations. We've sent 28,000 text messages to applicants on their behalf and sourced 18,000 applicants in 2019. Again, we save an average of 10.3 hours per week per location. This is just like all self-reported to us from our feedback forms. And what Cinnabon's page looks like, again, is like the custom background. You can see it's very on brand. So you would never know that this website and the custom careers page was built on a platform like Workstream. You would think that they actually went in and like custom coded everything themselves. So let's actually just dig in a little bit deeper about what Cinnabon looks like. To zoom in on their careers page here, one of the things that we offer at Workstream is you can search by job title, location, and you also can see on the map where things are, so you can see exactly how close you are. This is really important to applicants because they want to make sure that it's within commuting distance to them, preferably walking distance in a lot of cities. They're looking for something that's very close, and they have a lot of places to choose from when it comes to the quick service restaurants. For Jamba, you can see when you have a group that has 381 jobs open, here's just one franchise group with 95 locations. You're going to see the clusters and be able to zoom in on the map. So it's a Google map. It's really easy for them to see all of those. Go to show all locations to actually see all of the locations that are part of this one sort of franchise group. And so you can see all of them. You can click into them and see if they're hiring. So if I want to see, okay, is the Walnut Creek location that I'm, a big fan of hiring, I can see they have 4 open positions: assistant manager, shift lead, team member. And then when I'm on the careers page, I can literally just go and click into it. And I can share it. So I can, share it with friends and say, hey, come work with me in Walnut Creek. I can read it and I can say, this looks right up my alley. I want to apply. And I make it really easy to, or rather, Workstream makes it really easy for them to apply on the website. And so you can just fill in your first name, last name, email, phone number, optional resume. I mean, assistant manager, you probably want a resume, but maybe for some of the team members where you're hiring, people who don't have a resume yet, you don't need to require it. These are all customizable on your careers page. What questions you want to ask about availability. Questions like, do you have reliable transportation is really important. Making sure that they're at least the right age and they're legally able to work. Having as few of these as possible so there's not that much friction. And then what we'll do is as soon as they apply, if you have additional questions, such as, okay, on these days you're able to work these hour shifts, or if you want to collect additional information, such as asking them to upload a 30-second video introducing themselves, all of that is sent via text message after. So we make sure that we capture like the first group of this information on the website. And it's all mobile optimized. So this also looks really good on their phones. Another company that works with Workstream for its custom careers page is A&W Restaurants. So, not just quick service restaurants. Well, I guess it's quick service, but it's it's fast casual. So you can see like A&W, again, like all the custom branding, really easy to apply on the website, see all the locations. Chicken Shack is another one. You've probably seen a lot of people's websites and not even realize that it was sort of like Workstream behind the scenes because of that sort of easy ability to customize and put it on brand. And the way that we plug into companies' websites is they already have, some sort of website. And if you don't, you can build one on Wix or Square. We can make recommendations for that. And then you just tell us, okay, we want to link onto the footer, or if you need to hire a lot, some people will even add it into the top menu. And so you're just linked right here, and then it just shoots over to that Workstream page that stays, totally on brand and shows you all of the openings that you want to do. So now, for a little bit more like behind the scenes action, I want to jump ahead and, you can skip sort of like, here's what people say about us. It's always, just how hiring organizes itself. But what does that mean? Like, how does hiring organize itself? So let's hop over to demo time. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Chris Horton, who's going to take you behind the scenes and actually show you what it means for hiring to organize itself and how you're building out what it is that's on the other side of it, like how you're customizing the questions and choosing where your careers page appears. So with that, I'm going to stop my share and pass this over.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat just a link to apply to my demo account so that you can get a good idea of what it's like to be a candidate. And then on my end, I'll just do share my screen and allow you to kind of see what it looks like on the manager side of things. So I'll hop into my Workstream dashboard where I initially just get a good overview of what's happening for my locations. How many new applicants, new hires, what I need to, kind of my to-dos for all of that. One of the first things that you're going to do when, creating all of this, creating a careers page, you're obviously going to want to create the open positions that you have for your specific, your locations, your offices, whatever they might be. So first off, when you're coming in and editing that position, you're coming in and creating, as Lydia mentioned, you're coming in, putting your job description, putting in your requirements, benefits, anything that really is going to help that candidate understand what's required and what's going to be offered from you all. And also, as she mentioned, there's a lot of different stages. We keep typically the application stage, that first online application, pretty basic. We want it to be, we don't want people to get caught up in 20 questions right off the bat and not be able to focus on like being a part of the hiring process, being a part of the communication between the restaurant or the business and that applicant. So here's where you can just basically go in and customize all of your different questions. You can set up smart screening questions. So like Lydia mentioned, there's, do you have reliable transportation? And if the answer is no, it can automatically reject that candidate and save you hours and hours of time of these candidates that, they don't have reliable transportation, they're not legally eligible to work in the US, they don't have the experience that you need from them. And so those questions, this ability to customize it just saves you tons and tons of time. There are also different stages that you're able to create and customize. You can add new stages, take away stages, rearrange all of it super easily, so that when someone does go to apply, whether that's on your website or through a text or a QR code, or even through one of the thousands of job boards that we do integrate with, it then just allows you to customize each and every stage of what's going to be communicated to that applicant. So if you're a quick service restaurant and you need to understand a little bit more of what their schedule might be like, you can create a certain stage that asks them a few questions about their exact schedule and what they would expect as far as their hours and things along those lines. There's a lot of automation that can be built into it. You can obviously customize all of your messaging, all of the rules as far as reminding these candidates about maybe some questions that you still need to have them fill out, or go from that point. So as a hiring manager, we want to give you just a very, very easy spot to see where all of your applicants are coming from, whether they do apply on your careers page, or they apply on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or any of those job boards, or if they text in because they saw a text to apply poster. It funnels all of those applicants into one place for you to see and manage without having to log into multiple platforms. So it's an all-in-one platform where you can filter all of these candidates depending on what exactly you want to be seeing at that time. So as you're moving candidates from one stage to the next, you can be getting updates, and you can set up different alerts and notifications for your hiring managers so that they can best understand when to move someone from one stage to the next. So as you're moving people into different stages, we want to make sure that these hiring managers are going in, customizing each and every one of these, but also making sure that their calendar and their schedule are syncing with Workstream. Because as a candidate, if I'm invited to schedule an interview, it's hard for me to go through that headache of, well, I have this time and I don't have this time. This is when I'm available. Versus if a manager can simply just send over a link that has all of their available times for the next week or two. That way, these candidates can choose from the time that they have available as well, and then it's automatically put onto their calendar and then onto the hiring manager's calendar for them to understand, okay, it's going to be this date at this time. Is it confirmed? And then also our system can be set up to automatically remind those candidates about the interview that they've scheduled so that we can reduce no-shows on top of that. So a lot of automation built into it so that you don't have to fight that battle of ghosting or no-shows or anything like that. And any of the tedious work of reaching out, calling, and playing phone tag with these candidates can be saved, save hours and hours every week not having to do that. So that's kind of the overall view of Workstream inside of the view of a hiring manager, what they would see. And as you can see, it's a pretty easy process. So you see applicants go from that online application stage to scheduling an interview in a matter of hours, and being able to make that process very, very quick. And especially in the QSR space, where there are several, dozens of different opportunities for them to apply to. It's important for you to be the first to reach back out. And with a system like Workstream, you can do that automatically and not have to worry too much about candidates sitting there waiting for a hiring manager to reach back out. So that's a lot of just kind of the back end of Workstream. Lydia, is there anything that you wanted to add to that?
No, I think that this was great. And just to give, people a better sense of how it connects to the websites, as soon as you update anything here, it's going to update what goes on to the website. So you don't need to do any sort of like, custom coding or anything. It's just you're in your dashboard here, and then it changes what appears on your careers page.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Because then if I change something on Workstream, it'll be reflected pretty much everywhere that we're posting that to. So super easy.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions and would like to see sort of your own careers page as a demo for that, you can get a hold of Chris at workstream.is. And we'll be able to set you up with your own sort of demo of this.
Exactly. Awesome.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and please contact us, Chris at workstream.is. I'm Lydia at workstream.is. You can also, if you go onto the website, workstream.us, we have plenty more resources and ultimate guides to hiring. So definitely check it out, and you'll be able to see all of the sort of in action. We work with Chick-fil-A, as you saw sort of from the demo. We were with Uber, 7-Eleven, pretty much everyone who's hiring for hourly workers. We work with, business owners and operators there. So you can see how that works and also just how the automated text message flow works. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, hope to hear from you soon.